When a city collapses, people imagine the chaos breaking out inside. But the real disaster? It happens on the way out. That's because escape is a math problem. There are too many cars and not enough roads. Gas stations will be empty within 6 to 12 hours. Cell towers will go offline. Highways will be completely blocked by accidents and abandoned vehicles. And you'll have millions of people, all thinking the exact same thing. I need to get out of here. The hard truth is, only a few routes will actually work. And today, we're mapping the best escape paths from America's biggest cities. We're looking at everything: choke points, elevation, water sources, fuel, visibility, and the immense pressure from millions trying to flee. This is the kind of information you pray you never need. But if that day comes, you will need it badly. Let's begin. First up, New York City. With nearly 20 million people in the metro area, the problem is simple. NYC is an island. The 3 major bridges and 2 tunnels that connect Manhattan to the outside world will collapse into gridlock in under an hour. The Lincoln Tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, the Queens Midtown, the GW Bridge, and the Verrazano Narrows Bridge will all become parking lots instantly. Forget about them. The most realistic route is north, using the Hudson Escape Corridor. That means taking NY to 9 or Y22. This strategy avoids the tunnels and the major bridges, pushing you toward Albany, far from the coastal collapse, and eventually into the Adirondacks, which offer high ground and low population density. If you're stuck and can't get off Manhattan, a secondary option is to find a ferry to Staten Island, then weave through New Jersey's backroads to get to the I-287 bypass. It's slow, but it might just be possible. For New Yorkers, the plan requires speed and direction. You don't flee west into the chaos. You flee north. Next, Los Angeles. LA is a basin, a giant bowl surrounded by mountains. This geography means the highways will choke instantly. The 405, the I-10, the I-5 South, and the US 101 will all become impassable due to sheer density, car fires, and abandoned vehicles. Don't even try them. Your best route is north. Get on the I-5, then quickly transition to the CA-14. Heading into the Mojave Desert and onto US 395. If you leave early, you can bypass the entire LA basin in about an hour. Why does this work? The population is low, and the open desert means there's less traffic to contend with. This route leads directly to higher elevation safe zones in the Sierra Nevada. A secondary option, if you need to buy some time, is heading east on the I-210 to the CA-330, climbing into the San Bernardino Mountains. Your ultimate destination from LA could be the Eastern Sierra, the Reno Corridor, or for a long-haul trip, the Idaho Panhandle, now for Chicago. With Lake Michigan boxing it in on one side, half of the potential exit routes are already gone. The main arteries like I-90, I-94, and I-290 will be completely flooded with outbound traffic. So, where do you go? Your best bet is to head straight west. Take the I-88 to US 30, putting you on a direct path into the Iowa Agricultural Corridor. This region offers consistent farmland, low traffic, and stable water sources. A secondary route is to go northwest on US 20 into rural Wisconsin, which is forested and has a low population. From Chicago, your safe zones are the Minnesota Highlands, the plains of South Dakota, or the deep forests of upper Wisconsin. Let's move south to Houston. The city's geography is its biggest weakness. It's flat, coastal, exposed, and extremely flood-prone. Anyone who's lived through a hurricane there knows how fast the roads choke up. Everyone will try to take I-45 north. 1 to 10 East and US 59 will also be jammed and likely flooded. The smart move is to go northwest on US 290 towards Austin, aiming for the elevation of the hill country. This path avoids the primary flood zones and the traffic fleeing Galveston. Another solid option is to head west on I-10 toward Junction and the vast, dry plains of West Texas. The Texas Hill Country or the high deserts of New Mexico are good end goals. Number 5. Miami. Population 470,000, but a metro area of over 6 million. The problem here is geography. Miami is a peninsula, trapped between the unforgiving Everglades swamp and the vast Atlantic Ocean. There are only 2 ways out, north or west. In a crisis, the main arteries like I-95 north will fail instantly. Heading south on US 1 to the Florida Keys, that's not an escape route. It's a dead end. Your best route is to push west, straight across the Everglades via I-75, also known as Alligator Alley. This takes you to Naples. From there, you can head north on I-75. It's truly the only realistic corridor to get out. If the interstate is a complete parking lot, your secondary option is US 41, running parallel to the south. It's slower and uses backroads, but it's a functional alternative. Your end zones are the high ground of Central Florida, the forests of Georgia, or even pushing further towards the Appalachian entrances. Next up, number 6, the San Francisco Bay Area, a metro population of 4.6 million people, all connected by bridges, and that's the critical problem. Bridges are natural choke points. In any panic, the Bay Bridge, the San Mateo Bridge, the Richmond Bridge, and even the Golden Gate Bridge will become impassable traps. So what's the smart move? Your best route is to go northeast. Take I-680, connect to I-80, and head towards the Sacramento Valley. From there, you have access to the Sierra Nevada mountains. This route is relatively flat, fast, and has far fewer choke points than any other option. Your secondary route is to head south on US 101 through the Salinas Valley. Your survival end zones are the northern Sierra, the deep forests of Oregon, or if you're prepared for a long haul, the Idaho border. Number 7, Seattle. Home to 760,000 people, with 4 million in the metro area. Seattle U.S. geography creates two massive choke zones, Lake Washington to the east and the Puget Sound to the west. This funnels traffic onto a few key routes that will absolutely fail. Forget about I-5, I-90, or the 520 bridge. They will be gridlocked. Your best route is to drive east. Take I-90 directly over the Cascade Mountains. Your goal is Ellensburg, and then Spokane. This is one of the most strategic escape paths in the entire country. A secondary option, though risky, is to navigate the backroads north towards Bellingham and the Canadian border. But be warned, if that border closes, you're trapped. The best end zones from Seattle are the inland regions of Washington, the Idaho Panhandle, or the remote areas of western Montana. Moving on to number 8, Dallas-Fort Worth, or DFW, a sprawling metroplex of 7.8 million people. The problem here isn't mountains or water, but the opposite. DFW is giant, flat, and wide open, with massive highways radiating in every direction. When everyone tries to leave at once, major interstates like I-35, I-30, and I-20 will become tangled chaos. Your best route is to aim north. Take US 75 straight into the rural corridor of Oklahoma. This path has the least populated outbound flow, giving you a better chance of making progress. A good secondary option is to head west. Use US 380 to connect with US 180. These desert corridors mean fewer people and less competition. Your end zones are the Oklahoma Plains, the eastern edges of Colorado, or the highlands of Wyoming. Number 9, Denver. A city of 750,000 with nearly 3 million in the metro area. Denver's challenge is its location, sitting right at the base of the Rocky Mountains. To the east, it's open plains. To the west, it's a wall of rock. The routes you must avoid are obvious. I-70 west, heading into the mountains, will be gridlocked within minutes. It's a tunnel-filled trap. Your absolute best route is north. Get on I-25 and head for Wyoming. It's fast, open, and incredibly empty. Your secondary route is to go east on I-70 into Kansas. This leads you into agricultural heartland, which means stability and resources. Your target end zones are the fortress state of Wyoming, South Dakota, or the water-rich corridors of Nebraska. Finally, number 10, Atlanta. A city of 500,000 but a metro of over 6 million people. Atlanta's problem is its sheer population density combined with a notoriously tangled freeway system. The Spaghetti Junction is a nightmare on a good day. During a crisis, I-75, I-85, I-20, and the entire I-285 perimeter loop will collapse instantly. Your best route is to go north. Take GA 400 into the Appalachian foothills. This path offers elevation, dense forests, and plentiful water sources. Your secondary route is to head east on US 78, cutting through rural Georgia to get away from the urban chaos. Your ideal end zones are the Appalachian Ridge, the Tennessee Corridor, or the rural areas of the Carolinas. So what's the final lesson here? The rule of escape is simple. The best route is almost always the one that offers high elevation, has a low population density, features few choke points, and leads to stable water sources. It's about getting far from the megacity's collapse zone, and it's never ever the highway everyone else takes. Every collapse starts local, but every escape quickly becomes a national event. If you want to know which states are best positioned to actually survive a larger collapse, the places with the water, the elevation, the low density, and the natural defenses, then you need to watch our next episode. US Water Wars. The states that will lose everything. This is Zero Hour Atlas. We don't predict doom, we map what survives. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.